what's up, everybody? Welcome to Comic Book Club. I'm Alex.
I'm Justin.
I'm Pete.
And we have three amazing titles to talk to you guys about.
And three amazing people to talk about.
Yeah!
Well, listen, thank you guys so much for letting me guest on your show.
It's cool, yeah.
It's
It's nice to change it up every now and again. Bring in like a weird, eclectic guest.
Yeah, well, thank you. I mean, it's nice that you brought an acclaimed comic book writer such as myself.
Oh, I've been meaning to ask you to list your acclaims.
Well, we have three great titles to talk to you guys about. We're going to talk about Rebels number 14, Hulk, Let the Battle Begin, and Cable number 24. So let's get right into it.
Did you mean you worked for Acclaim Comics? Is that what you meant?
No, acclaimed video games.
Huh? They also do comics.
No, actually, it's Acclaimed Sandwich Shop. We make the spiciest turkey sandwiches you've ever eaten.
Yeah.
Rebels 14, tying up this first mega arc of Rebels. The Rebels versus Starro, Brainiac number 2 versus Starro the Conqueror. What'd you guys think? We've loved this series.
I've loved this series.
Especially you.
I've been singing its praises from the beginning, and this is the last issue, which is a sad announcement.
No, it's still going on.
I heard it was...
No, it's still going on. They've actually solicited a couple of issues. Honestly, I was totally shocked when I read at the end of Rebels 13 that the Star arc was tying up, because I kind of imagined they would go on for like 24 issues. Yeah. But they are actually going on for a while.
Oh, that's great. Someone on last week's show was like, last issue of Rebels. I was like, no.
All right. Well, anyway, this issue was great, but also I felt like the art was a little weird. Like some really sparse kind of panels with just like no backgrounds, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. The whole thing, to me, I liked it, but it felt a little rushed. For especially having this gigantic arc that's taking place over 14 issues, which is a really, really long period of time for any comic book, let alone in kind of underdog comic book like this. To have it suddenly perfunctorily tie up in one issue with a narrator that wasn't even the main character of the series was very weird to me.
Also, I mean, we've been backing Brainiac the whole time, and then to be like, uh-oh, he's the villain now.
I was okay with that twist. I was fine with that twist at the end, but it was a little disappointing to me.
It was just too harsh.
It kind of felt like somebody at DC was like, hey, this title isn't selling. Maybe one of the reasons is you have an arc that is 24 issues long. Why don't you tie that up and get on to somebody new?
Well, this was a very good, definitely pick up the trades. It was a very good arc.
Cool. Next but not least, let's talk about Hulk, Let the Battle Begin by Jesse Blaze Snyder. We've had Jesse Blaze Snyder on our live show a bunch of times.
Sure.
He's talked about...
we had him on the show to talk about this issue.
In fact, spoiler, later on tonight, we're going to walk out of here and have Jesse Blaze Snyder on our show talking about this. But he's mentioned this since the very first time we met him. So this has been kind of sitting around at Marvel for a while. Do you think it was worth the wait?
I liked it a lot. I thought it was great. I love the idea. The concept here is that sort of Bruce Banner picking up the pieces after a Hulk episode. He's got his little go bag and sewed into the purple pants, and how he talks to people and how he explains how he's nearly nude and all that. Great concept, and I like the way it's played out. I think it was a fun read.
Yeah, I think there's some sick action sequences in here. What really saves it. But the more kind of like touching.
We'll love that.
The more touching thing is the fact that like he's dedicating this to his father. Apparently his father was a huge Hulk fan, so he wanted to really do this story and do it justice. And
his father, who we should mention, is D. Snyder.
D. Snyder, right?
Yes.
The D. Snyder.
Yeah, I like this too. I think I love the ideas in there. I think there were so many great ideas in terms of, like you were saying, how Bruce Banner recovers after he has a Hulk episode. I thought the action was fun. The scene with Thor was great, really enjoyable. But the thing that I think is most interesting about this, knowing that this is something that was pretty much one of the first things that Jesse wrote, he has become such a better writer as it's gone on. Dead Romeo was better than that, and I love what he's doing on Toy Story now from So this is a fun issue. I recommend picking it up. Yeah. But if you want to see something that's really good that he's writing right now, I would say definitely pick up Toy Story.
The Real Blaze.
Yeah. That's what we call it here on the show, right? I mean,
I do this,
as far as you guys
and then I do this.
We send me the materials.
Ahead of time.
The materials.
My agent set this up. So thanks again.
Terrible agent. What a bad agent.
I mean the agent who is in charge of the sandwich meats at the deli.
No, isn't it your newborn daughter representing you these days?
Yeah, she's the one. She's the manager of the deli. She is an
Oh, wow.
Boy.
Cable number 20.
She'll be able to watch that in 10 years.
And she'll be like, oh, Don, I was second. I don't know.
I hope she doesn't sell it.
Don't change it.
She'll be like, oh my god. All right, Cable number 24. This is again tying up a giant mega arc that did actually get to go for 24 issues. Cable and little baby Hope, who's not so little anymore.
She's grown up so fast.
She has. Are
really
finally
fast.
coming home. Again, this is one of, I think, our favorite series of the past year.
Yeah,
We really
loved
love this. Love what's going on. How do you think this tied up?
Well, first and foremost, the art is different throughout the issue, which is kind of weird.
Well, they're jumping through time periods. Go on.
Right, but it's such a drastic difference. It's a little.
To echo Pete's point, I think it's a rocky end to this. So much of the arc was so detailed and thought out, and then the last, say, 3 issues have seemed like it's been a little bit like all over the place, leading into this event.
Yeah, again, it did feel like, and we have no idea necessarily what would have done behind the scenes, but it did feel like the X-Office being like, hey, we gotta do this Second Coming event, so can you
You're gonna miss the Second Coming if you don't hurry up.
So that being said, I usually like the device of when you jump through alternate realities or when you jump through time periods or anything, changing the art there. I wasn't crazy about the art here, but I think the writing is as solid as it's ever been. So when I was reading it, I liked what Dwayne Szarzinski did in the issue.
It was a nice, sweet end. I thought the earlier stuff in the series was much smarter, but I think it was a nice natural.
Yeah, I agree with you on the sweet part. I think there were some really nice emotional beats, particularly towards the end of the issue, that I really enjoyed.
When are you taking your baby into the future?
Pretty soon, as soon as you guys start chasing after her. That's when Pete bites off your arm.
Yeah, I can't wait
I'm
for
gonna
that.
watch out for that.
Guys, Comic Book Club, you can check us out where you want to check us out. comicbookclublive@gmail.com.
I don't handle that. We used to have another guy who sort of ran that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay. Again, this is my manager sent this over.
We fired him.
Wow. Wow. By manager,
We fired him.
I mean that cockroach who sits on the pizza all the time, crawling around. That's what that I work at. Things are
What
going
a
really
crazy
downhill
deli.
for you guys.
But at least you have a brand new baby.
Oh, God.
Where's your baby?